It's easier to transition into a high-paying tech career, especially in cybersecurity, than starting from scratch on the help desk. And if you don't believe me, I'm about to prove it to you in this video. So check this out, guys. Years ago, when I started my tech career, I was not a tech person, right? There's this principle I need y'all to understand, guys, and it's called the pivot. It's one of the key fundamental things that I teach, the pivot, right? When I was working at this copier company, I was working in accounts receivable. I was, man, recording, billing, fixing billing issues, contracts and things for the copier company that they would sell for maintenance of copier fax machines. Big company, Rico, maybe you heard of them. Anyway, while working at this company in Dallas, Texas, whenever a machine, a computer would break from one of my other coworkers, they would literally box this machine up and ship it to New Jersey to where headquarters was. So that means that I had to do the other people's work while the computer was getting repaired. And I ain't like that. So I decided to do something completely different. Instead of waiting for tech support to ship the computer back after they fix it, after I'm already burnt out from working 60 hours a week, making $13 per hour, I decided that I would learn how to fix these computers myself. So I went on the internet, went to YouTube, Google, figured out how to fix these computers myself. So I'm installing patches, removing viruses, updating drivers. I'm setting up computers for new employees when they start. Like the IT department is shipping the computers down to me now. And before you try to stone me in the comments, no, I did not get a pay raise for doing this, but I got something way more better than a pay raise. I got the insight and the opportunity that would transform my life and help me pivot into tech. So what happened is the company decided to shut down operations, move it to California. So I was laid off. I was completely laid off. And during that time while I was laid off, I realized instead of going back into accounts receivable, that was boring, unfulfilling, and did not pay me a lot of money, especially because I did not have a college degree, right? So they were paying me $13 per hour. I decided to shift to go into IT, specifically tech support, because that's where everybody told me I needed to start. So I did what you are probably doing right now. I went and I got my CompTIA A+. I studied online for about 6 weeks, passed the exam, certified A+ computer technician. Let's go. And now here's the thing, right? This is where many of you probably are right now, and I want you to understand the power of the pivot versus starting from scratch. So there's two options that I could have taken. Number one, I could have been a former accounts receivable person trying to get a job as a tech support person. And truth be told, it's possible, but it is difficult, right? Because companies need somebody that can come in, immediately add value, understand what they are doing, which creates confidence, and that's why they hire you. But I was not willing to take that chance, so I did something completely different. I went in and I reinvented myself on paper for the position that I wanted to move into. So instead of accounts receivable, I was tech support. Instead of the billing errors that I was correcting, it was tech errors that I was correcting, right? Instead of installing and implementing contracts for billing purposes, it was installing computer systems and removing viruses. Now, here's the thing. I could put this on my resume because I had actually done the work, right? Many people will tell you to put things on your resume that you have never done in your life. So how can you speak to something that you have not done? A job interview is all about explaining how your past experience can bring the new employer future value, right? If you haven't done it, then you can't bring somebody future value. So that's exactly what I did, right? Reinvented myself. And believe it or not, guys, I applied for a job on Craigslist. Now this is 2010. I don't recommend doing that right now. I don't. New time, different day and age. But I was able to get an interview for a junior network technician position in the Dallas, Texas area. Talked about my experience working tech support at the copier company, and they hired me for a job that paid me $20 per hour. So I was making 40K a year. In just about 90 days, I almost doubled my income just by pivoting. So just to be clear, when I got the A+ certification, It didn't teach me anything that I already did not know that I taught myself, and I learned through repairing the computers and removing the viruses and everything. It just gave me the confidence to go interview. And many of you right now, you have transferable skills that you are overlooking that will help you get access to a cybersecurity career, but you believe that you need to start over and go entry level with something like the help desk. When the fact is, there are a number of high paying cybersecurity roles that line up with your professional experience that don't require technical things like compliance analysts, risk analysts, IT auditors. These roles are in a space called GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. And it is the non technical part of cybersecurity, which I help people make this pivot into because it's a great place to move into cybersecurity while maintaining senior level pay and even potentially moving into executive level pay. So, guys, that is like the best way that I recommend getting into cybersecurity. And if you don't have experience, any type of professional experience, then going to help desk is not necessarily the best route. I mean, it's not a bad route if you go in there with the intention of getting out. The help desk can be a black hole. So guys, if you got some value from this video, drop a comment below. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is. And if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.